Hello there! Sometimes you get a game exactly the way you want it. You've got your own special set of mods. Maybe you've, in the case of Battletech, installed Rogue Tech, and then you've installed some other mods on top of that you like, or you've particularly configured it a certain way. And maybe you just take your time to finish a campaign and you don't want the game to change. You know, maybe you play only once a week or once a month or whenever you've got holiday off work, and you don't want your game to change in the interim and have to reload from the beginning, or potentially have to update with new tactics or strategies, or even have a game completely change on you since the last time you've played it. And sometimes you just want to sit in front of your computer and play a game straight away without having to wait for gigs and gigs and gigs and gigs of updates. Well, most people seem to think that Steam will not allow you to play a game that isn't fully updated, but this is not actually the case, and you can preserve the exact version of a game that you want to preserve, and you can preserve it forever, but no one will tell you how to do this, and Steam don't exactly advertise this as a feature. So this is a quick guide on how to preserve, and I'll use Battletech as an example here, preserve your client to be exactly how you want it to be and keep it that way. So the first thing you need to do, and I've already done it here, so there's no way that I can undo it, but if you go to Properties, bring up your Properties, and within your Properties go to Updates and select Only Update this game when I launch it. And you can follow the global setting to stop background downloads if you wish, that doesn't really matter. Make sure that Steam Cloud synchronization is unticked. This is all you need to do. Only update this game when I launch it. Now, get the game exactly how you want it to be. So, install all your mods, configure it however you like, or, if you're just about to start a campaign for any game and you don't want the game to change this setting now, and then you're done, effectively. Now, you say to yourself, well, if I try and play the game, it'll update, and that's correct. But what you do is, if you're going to go and play your game and it'll have update required on it that you've perpetually paused, then you simply go offline. So go to Steam and click go offline and restart in offline mode. Now you'll see here that my Battletech game still says that the update, well, it's changed to update paused. If I now select play game, it will just play. It will just work. Steam knows there's an update there and that the update is required, but actually, because I'm in offline mode, it will not apply the update. It will actually just allow me to play my game exactly how I've set it up. Now, sorry, we're going to be stuck loading here for a little bit, but I'll close this down a bit. This works on any Steam game. It doesn't matter what it is. There's one more step you can do, which is not necessary, but you may find helpful, and that is if you accidentally start your frozen game. So you've got your game exactly how you want it, you've disabled updates, but then damn, you've got your Steam in online mode, and you accidentally try to load the game, and it starts updating. If it starts updating, then unfortunately your game will break. So, once you've got your game exactly how you want it and you've paused updates, if you're worried that you might accidentally run your game in online mode and therefore break everything, just open up the properties of, in this case, Battletech, go to Browse Local Files, go up one, so here we're in the Battletech directory, you want to go up one so we can just see Battletech, and just make a copy of that folder. So you'll make this copy before you accidentally ruin it, obviously. So get your game exactly how you want it, disable the updates, and then make your copy. You don't have to do this, but it's recommended if you might, accidentally run your game in online mode and then break everything. So as you can see here, we're just making a copy, which will take a little bit because it's quite a big directory, and even my solid state drives take a little bit of time to copy 26.1 GB, and God knows how many files. Quite a lot of files. And then simply, if you accidentally update your game, just shut down Steam, delete the this folder, your folder with the update, so your main folder, and then rename your copy to be the same name as the folder originally was. Reopen Steam, and Steam should once again decide that an update is required, or it might not say anything. If you go back to offline mode and run your game, it'll work. And that's it. This is just a very simple guide just to show and explain how you can maintain an exact copy of a Steam game basically indefinitely. Obviously it doesn't work with games that are online only or have permanent online server presence. So for example, it wouldn't work with the DC game, DC Universe Online, for example. It wouldn't work with that because that's an online only game and you must have the latest version to play online with other people. But as far as I'm aware, this workaround, if you will, works with pretty much all single player games. GOG users can obviously download whichever version they want and play that, so there usually isn't an issue. Now sometimes, if you've already updated your game and you want to revert it, unless the developer has put something there for you in the betas page, then you can't undo it. You need to do this, so you've got to get your game how you want it and then preserve it. You can't go back in time if you haven't already done so, already preserved your game and made a backup of it. But some developers in the betas page, they do offer old versions of the game, which I can't lower this right now because I'm in offline mode, but the different versions of the game will be listed here if the developer has made them available. So for example, EU4, pretty much all the major revisions of the game, previous versions, are all available and you can reverse back to them. But other developers or publishers might not offer any previous versions. So if you're the kind of person that takes 4 or 5 months to finish a game, or has modded your game to oblivion and you're taking your time playing it, hopefully this guide helps you to preserve your game exactly how it is, and then you don't have to worry about updates breaking everything. You can just play it safe in the knowledge that nothing's going to change until you're happy, until you've finished your campaign or done whatever it is you wanted to do on the base game, or maybe you just don't want to update it ever again. You're happy with it and you want to leave it as it is. That's totally fine. This will let you do that. And once you're done playing your game, you can simply go back into online mode and carry on playing your other online games or hanging out with your friends or whatever. Obviously the innate disadvantage of this method is that you do have to be offline to play a game using this method, but since you can only do it for single player games anyway, it doesn't really matter too much. Okay, I hope this helped and I'll catch you next time.